Hello and welcome to Warhammer Joey. This is episode 22 and it's just a short one on basing. In my last video I said I was going to do a separate video about the eagle base that I had, and I've painted it up. Not so much about the painting of it in general, but just how bases can affect the look of your army, the different types, and I guess rule regulation if you're doing it in stuff like tournaments and how that's important. So if you watched my first video, don't, it's terrible, but in that video I have my first set of painted dryads, which were my first finished unit, and I had them in basically a homemade movement tray, which is really more of a display tray for them. I didn't know that you needed, certain distance, and it affects the game really, so you need a certain type of thing. So this is what I made, just out of like balsa wood, painted it green, got some static grass and some flock, and it looks nice enough. I mean, it's fine, it holds them all nicely together, and I think the benefit of having this just to display them nicely is that they slot in as opposed to slide in, and then they fall about everywhere, which is a common problem I've had in battles and stuff. A solution to that though, with the just plastic movement trays, is to try and get like magnets on them so they stay down, and every time you shift them forward or pick them up they don't all fall out. So this is the first one that I had, and this is fine, but for stuff like battling you need to really pay attention to how close each model has to be to one another, because it might not be. This I couldn't use in a tournament. So great for display, easy to do, and it looks quite nice when they're all in there. So that's the first one. For the gaming and stuff, just the standard movement tray, I've got this one here, and again it's got no back to it, so every time I put a model in, pick it up, they all fall out and knock each other quite a bit. And with the dryads especially, they've all got their arms, and sometimes they get a bit tangled up, so that's fine. I would suggest doing stuff like magnets, or even get a bit of blue tack and put them on the end so they're a bit more stable. But these are the ones that you want to use predominantly for stuff like battles, because other people might get a bit funny if you use something that you made yourself that's a bit wider than it should do, because that does affect how the game will play. Unless they're fine with it, always ask your opponent first. But that's that one. And then the one that I finished for my eagle base is this here. Oh, look at that, you can see it. So that's the log. There's some stones in there that I painted nicely, and I did the Citadel wood box, which is just some scenery, and did some similar stones myself, and I was a bit unsure of how to do them, but how I do them is paint them grey and then a black wash, highlight a bit white, and yeah, they look really effective. The tree, the stump is nice, and I used a little less static grass than I did before. It's just in some areas, by the stone, by my finger here, and by my thumb on the other side, along with some autumnal foliage around the tree itself. So I think that looks really effective, and less is more, because Dryker, a lot of you pointed out that I did some grass on the side of it, which did, you're right, look a bit weird. So yeah, I think putting things, it is really important how you base your models, how you have them in the movement trays, and I think there are a lot of great websites that offer, for wood elves there's like a Celtic theme with stones, and it looks really, really good. Just make sure again that you're allowed to use them, depending on maybe if you're in a Games Workshop tournament or battling there. They might not be okay with it, they might, just remember to ask first. But yeah, basing is something that I'm really looking into at the moment. A lot of them I've done bog standard grass and a bit of orange foliage just to fit with the theme, but I've been trying out new things, and you know, I really want to see what you have, if you've got any themed ones that you've bought from a specialist company, you know, show me some pictures, because I'd really like to get something a bit more intricate that binds them all together, like around the outside of them, rather than just grassing up the edge there. But yeah, that's my general thoughts of it. There's if you have any tips and advice for other people, feel free to post them in the comments down below, or for me, could always use a bit of advice. So yeah, also thank you for your comments of support, really, for the sponsor thing that I was telling you about. Been really helpful. A lot of you have just said, do what feels right, you know, and have been really good about it. But as I say, if anything like that comes up, I will always let you know first. And you know, I was having a chat with Chung from WG Consortium. I'll post the links to that down below. A few of you suggested that I talk to them about it, since they're quite prominent on the YouTube scene. And yeah, what a lovely guy, was really, really helpful. And yeah, thanks for that advice. He was a great help, very supportive. I'm glad, I think I made a new friend there. But I'll post the links. He's done some videos about Adepticon, which was the American big tournament, which is worth a watch. It's kind of like the beginning, is like a noir film, but it was really cool to watch. So thank you for your suggestions and comments on it. It's really nice to know that you're really supportive of what I do and for progression. And yeah, over the next week or so, I'm going to start progressing myself. I've got a couple of really, in my mind, really great ideas that I want to get out there. And yes, keep watching. I'm gonna try and change things up a bit, and you know, still stick with Warhammer Joey and the magic laws and tips and guides, but I also want to make things a little bit more fun and start moving about a bit more, rather than sitting on my floor against a wall. Because we all got to progress, don't we? Tea this is. Yes, I have the spoon in. No, I don't know why. I always have. If you have spoons in your mugs, let me know. I might feel better about it. But yeah, I constantly poke myself in the face, but that's how I drink tea. Not everyone does though. Okay, well, any thoughts, comments, likes, subscribes will be muchly appreciated. We are at just over 900, just over. When I get to 1,000, I'm going to do like a little competition and prize giveaway, so get your friends involved. It'll be at random, so it won't be like the thousandth subscriber. It'll be out of the collective group. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It'll be nice to give something back to you all, because you've been really great to me, so thank you. And I will see you in a little bit. Going to do a lore video today, promise, not lying. Maybe. No, I will get it done. Okay, goodbye.